Welcome to this episode of Man on the Run Meals. As you can clearly see, this is session number 2, and we are going to focus on fasting as is represented by this empty plate that you're staring at. Clearly, nobody wants to sit at the dinner table and see an empty plate in front of them, but fasting is something that is fascinating and it could be important. So let's talk about it a little bit. Before we get to that, though, here are two images of two different individuals, as you could clearly see. And you may be asking yourself, Norbert, why are you showing me these two photographs, of relatively old aged photographs of these two gentlemen? Well, this is actually the same person. And this is Angus Barbieri, who back in the late 60s, we're speaking about fasting here, did not eat any food for 382 days. Imagine that. 382 days with absolutely no food at all. He had medical supervision throughout that whole entire time. So please don't think you can go out there and not eat for a year straight and be okay. He was medically supervised by a doctor throughout that whole entire time. And he also started at around 450, 460 pounds. So Angus had a lot of stored energy to be able to last him a whole entire year and a few more days without eating. Why am I telling you this? I'm telling you this because it is important to conceptualize how long a person can actually go without food. Number one. Number two, think about when you get hangry. Think about when you get hangry. What is that? An extra hour, 2, 3, 4 of not eating, and we get that emotional, that physical feeling of, oh, I gotta eat. Well, do you really have to eat? Do you really have to eat? So fasting is interesting, and fasting is something that can be done in different ways. And the first and easiest way, and it really is the way that we've been kind of geared towards over years through the process of sleep and then eating breakfast, which means breaking our fast, is a simple 12 hours of not eating. During that time, you may have some cleanup, some cellular repair, and possibly some more benefits to move you in the right direction with your health. So a basic 12 hours. Let's say you eat your dinner at 7 and then you eat breakfast at 7 a.m. the next morning. There's your 12 hours. Start with that. Just a very simple, easy fast through the majority of which time you will be sleeping anyway. Next up, the 16-hour fast. This is very popular. Intermittent fasting, as is mostly called. And the easiest and simplest way that folks do this is they skip breakfast. So as you see the example there, 8 p.m., last meal, skip breakfast, maybe drink some water, coffee, black coffee, no calories, and then you eat again at 12 p.m. There's your 16 hours, relatively simple to do. New research is showing us that it may be better to take those 16 hours and align them with our circadian rhythm of metabolism. And then we're looking at 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. So in that 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. phase, you're most geared towards the process of eating and digestion. And the specific research showed that if you incorporate that 16-hour fast between 8 a.m. and 2 p.m., we saw lowered blood pressure, less oxidative stress, decreased appetite, and increased insulin sensitivity, all positive things for the body. Now, there's other fasts that you can also look into. We got the 18 to 20-hour fast. So there, that eating window gets tightened up even more. We have the 5 and 2, eat normal for 5 days, fast for any 2 days during the week. We have alternate day fasting every other day, and the extended fast, which we're talking about 24 hours to 382 days. I myself have gone 5 days without eating any calories. It was again, I use the word fascinating a lot. It was a fascinating experience. I'm not telling you to do that under any circumstances, but that's something that I wanted to experience for myself. So benefits to fasting. There are health benefits to fasting, and there's been research done, a lot of research on animals, some research on humans. At the end of the day, you're probably going to lose some weight. You're probably going to reduce body fat if you do this for an extended amount of time. Again, we mentioned improved insulin sensitivity before you lower your blood pressure, improve lipid profiles, and reduce markers of inflammation, which is important. Inflammation has been known and has been considered one of the starting points for most, if not all, illness. So reducing that inflammation is extremely important. One more thing to remember, this concept of autophagy, the removal of damaged cells, self-cleaning, optimizing due to the stressor of fasting. And I am oversimplifying this whole entire process. Imagine you're going through a fasting phase. Your body's not eating. What is your body attempting to do during this time? It's attempting to survive because there's no food. So through that process, we have, again, that self-cleaning, that optimizing, that removal of damaged cells so the human body can make it through that fasting stage and survive it. Autophagy. Lastly, if you have any chronic health conditions, please consult with your doctor before trying any form of extended fasting, any form of fasting whatsoever. If you're uncomfortable with it, again, health conditions, whatever the issue may be, talk to your doctor first. Don't go out there doing this if it's something that is not meant for you. But again, for those folks, if you're relatively healthy, if it's something that interests you, why not? Give it a try. MOTRmeal, again, virtual health coaching, Man on the Run Meals. You see the Gmail there. You see the Facebook page. You see the Instagram. Hit those up. Check them out. A lot of quality health information. As I just knocked my little headpiece off with my too many of my hand movements. Till next time, see you then.